a T. Do you hear a T? 30. Yeah. That's usually the way Americans here in Michigan say the word 30. 30. That's what you will usually hear. This one, 13. Notice there's an N on the end. 13. No. So sometimes when I speak, I am overpronouncing to help you, and it's okay to do that, to practice, so that when you are speaking, you're very clear, so that the understanding is clear. 30, 13. 30, 13. No, 13. Let's talk about the weather. What do we think about this?
Snow.
What do we have?
No light. Snow.
Snow. What was our big word from yesterday?
Precipitation.
Very good. Throughout the day. What does that mean? Throughout the day.
All day.
Yes. So when we use the word through, this one here, through, for example, I'm going to go through the door. Okay. It's a preposition. Through means that, but throughout means the whole area. Throughout. So we could say we have light throughout the room. There's light everywhere throughout the room. But this one is time. Throughout time. The day. Throughout the day. That's our big word, precipitation. So what else can we say about today? How about its temperature?
Light.
Hard.
30.
What is it, 30?
Yeah. 33.
33?
Yeah. It is above freezing.
So it's a little bit above freezing. What does that mean on the roads? What are you seeing on the roads? It's slippery.
Slippery road.
You'll notice that outside they're salting. Have you noticed the salt trucks here in Hamtramck?
Yes.
Salt trucks that will melt the ice and snow. So this is often this weather where it's right at the edge of freezing and melting, freezing and melting. It makes the roads quite slippery, so be careful. Before we go on to our new lesson that we had, we're going to go back yesterday. Pronouns. What are nouns? Person, place, or thing.
Yeah, name.
Name.
Yeah.
Pronouns.
Pronouns are adjective.
We have pronouns that are words that stand in for nouns, like he, she, it. Pronouns. But then we have possessive pronouns, Remember from yesterday?
Yeah. My.
My hat. Her hat.
Yes. Our. There.
Let's see what's missing. It's.
And your. Your.
Can you see that back there?
Yes.
It's hat. Remember about this one.
It's a house.
Yes, there's an it. This is the house that belongs to it. We'll say a dog. The dog has a house. Its house. Notice I-T-S, boop, that's it.
It's a sound.
Notice what do we have here?
Is come.
Not a comma, but it's the like a comma above. It's an apostrophe. Yeah. Comma down below, apostrophe up above, and it's snowing. But it's sounds the same. So to pay attention when we hear this, what is the context? Couple other things just to review from yesterday. This will come up in, you took a test with Ishraq over at Horizon before you came in. And on that test, I never know what it's going to be on the test, and you will take another one to show how you're progressing. But one of the things that comes up on that test, and I have to always remember to do it. Remember we talked about money,
Yeah.
paycheck,
Gross means.
gross, net. What does gross mean?
All.
The
All.
whole thing. Yes. Net
After deduction.
after deductions. Gross and net. Net pay is what a person would get. So I have to get another lesson for you to show on the form how you would find that. Something else I wanted to remind myself up on here. Oh, yes. You hear the sirens. Uh-oh. Somebody in trouble. Notice a couple things here. This goes first. Okay. The adjective in English, when we talk about nouns, things, and we have an adjective to tell about them, in most cases, the adjective comes first. My house. we do this, it is mine, possessive pronoun. It is mine. You don't put the noun after it. So if you say, it is mine house, it just is an awkward way of saying it. You don't need it. So you don't need it, don't do it. Right? It is mine. Then the other thing we did,
Theirs.
it is theirs. This. Just to review, theirs, their, they are. Good review from yesterday. Did we finish? I think we finished page 49.
No, we
Left all 49.
We did all of 49. So we'll go over here to page 50. My afternoon did not finish 49. We have some words here. And we have, my class, we have discussed these. I don't want to go back and should do these today. Some of these are misused at times. Could is related to this word, can. Might is related to this one, may. Ought to, what does that mean, ought to? Who knows about that one? I ought to wear a hat today. What would that mean?
Like that.
I have.
Pardon?
I have.
Well, a little, this is this one. I ought to.
Should you? Should you?
I should. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Ought to means like it's a good idea to do it. Good thinking. You should wear a hat when it's cold. You ought to wear a hat when it's cold. They're very close in meaning. Ought to.
Have to.
Have to. What does that mean?
Should.
More important than
What's the word?
have to.
Must.
Must.
It's, do we know this one? Must. Necessary. You must have a driver's license. You have to have a driver's license. These are wishy-washy, okay, in different ways. I shouldn't say that, but running out of steam on this one. I went over there yesterday, and I got some new materials that there was no one there to help me get Can usually let someone know that someone is able to do it. They have the skill, they have what is necessary to be able to do it. Can. I can choose to do it, so it's a possibility. Has it happened? Has any driving happened? No. It's showing something in the future. I could drive. In the future, we don't even know where it is, but it could. So let's take a look here on page 50, and let's have in the back. We'll start with Jake. Okay. Up on the example. Okay. On top, will you read across for us? Okay. Nice and clear, so I can hear you.
You could have an accident.
Keep going down.
You're going down. You might get hurt. You look
And
tired.
then to the explanation on the right.
Could and might show there is a chance that something will happen in the future.
So it hasn't happened, it's in the future. Next one down,
Now,
Maui. I'm gonna get that eventually, I get your name stuck in my brain. Maui.
Yeah. As how to give advice and to show there is one correct way to do something.
Well, going down to you look tired. You see, going down in the example.
You look tired, you ought to go home.
Again,
You ought to wear your seat belt all the time.
ought to.
Ought to.
Ought. Ought.
Ought.
Ought. Ought.
Ought.
Ought. Yeah.
You have to look the door when you leave.
Go over on the right side now, about ought to.
As have to show that something is necessary.
Yes, and then go up, use
Go up.
ought to.
Could and might show there is a chance that something will happen in the future.
And then keep going down.
As how to
You use.
use, how to give advice and to show there is one correct way to do something.
Okay, read it one more time. Read that again.
Use how to give
Wait. Slow down. Look at each word.
use how to give advice and to show there is one correct way to do something.
Notice it's got use ought to. They're stuck together. To use. To say. So you've got to and to. It's because ought to is a phrase unto itself. They're stuck together. You ought to. This one just
use. Us. Use.
use. your hands. This one is people who get us. Yeah, us. So let's go down here to part A, and it says, write A, B, C, or D in the blank. What is a blank? A line, empty space like this. To show how the modal or expression is used. These are modals, those could, should, might. So let's see how we do with this. A is to show there is a chance something can happen. B is to give advice. What is advice? A good idea. C, to show there is one correct way to do something. And D, to show that something is necessary. So I'll give you a few minutes. You can help each other if you like. And put in the letters for 1 through 10. And then if you finish that, go down to do part D, where it says circle the better modal. What does that mean, better modal? More good. Better means more good. That's not good English, but that's what it means. So let me give you a few minutes to try that. Question? Pardon? Question? Yes. Done? Okay, so you're way ahead. Excellent. Okay. We'll go over these together. Hello? Yes. Good. Yes, I did. Yes. How are we doing? Okay, good. Excellent. we doing? We can help each other, we want to go through these, and we'll just talk about them to have a good understanding of what these modals are used for and how they're most effective. So let's go down here to example, and on the example, I think Hifshur. No, I'm going to say Hifshur. Hifshur?
Yeah.
Hifshur, okay. Hifshur, read us the example. For
It's a good-
part A. Go ahead.
It's a good have disability insurance. You could get sick.
No, the example. Here in part A, you know, one of the things that I need to do, especially because you're people here, I like to hear you read, to hear how it sounds for you. So we're doing a lot of this for the next few days. Go ahead, if sure.
Example. You hope to take family leave when the baby is born.
So they chose B on here. B meaning advice. You ought to. What is family leave? What do we know about that? Family leave. Anyone heard that term?
Sure.
It says you ought to take family leave when the baby is born. What does that mean?
Good rest.
It's don't wait
What? But what is family leave? This is a social term.
Go to the another place.
Family leave is a medical employment term that when you work, when you have a job, and you have an emergency in your family, you can have a family leave from work for a certain length of time, and you don't lose your job. There are rules about that. So family leave means that you have a family emergency. Okay? It can be for medical, anything, and in this case, a new baby is coming. So there are different rules for different states, and the federal government is involved. Some places family leave is paid. You stay home, take care of baby or someone sick, you get paid, but in most cases you just don't lose your job. So it's something you should be aware of here in the US of A. Family leave. It doesn't mean the family goes away.
Yeah.
It means a chance to take care of family and not be at work. So you're leaving work to take care of your family. Family leave. Where are we? Let's go down here to number 1. Shihan.
Yes. Don't smoke in the storeroom. It could start a fire. Its answer may be A.
A.
Something will happen.
Number C. Should it is wrong or left way to do something. Number C.
I think I'm going to accept lots of different answers. One of which is advice.
Advice of the don't smoke.
Don't smoke in the storeroom. It could start a fire.
Yeah, but
Advice.
D.
I'm giving you some advice. Not a good idea. Don't smoke in the storeroom. Okay, over here, number 2, down here to 2, Amira.
You have to take shower practice.
Shorter what?
Break.
Practice.
Breaks. Shorter breaks. What does that mean?
Advise.
Sometime.
Advise.
What is a break?
Break.
Break.
I'm going
It's called in break.
Temporary.
What?
Temporary.
What is a break?
For a
Break.
day.
Break.
Break.
Don't walk.
Anybody here have a job?
Yes, break.
You get tired?
Yeah.
Go break.
You take a break?
Yeah.
A break means stop working for a little bit, have coffee, use the bathroom, relax. A shorter break means
10 minutes.
if your boss says to you, you need to take shorter breaks, what's that mean?
Some rest.
Give advice.
You better get back to work faster or you're going to lose your job.
Please advise.
Yes. So it's more than advice. Yeah. When he says, you have to.
Necessary.
When it's necessary.
Number D.
Yeah.
Yes, number.
So if I said to you, we have to leave the room right now, what does that mean?
It's necessary.
It's necessary. Yeah. Have to is very strong language. Have to. Number 3. Wait.
That's one. Look.
You have Aisha, is that right? Next to, no, over here.
Hasina.
Pardon? Your name is
Hasina.
Hasina. Oh, you're down here. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, Hasina. I'm sorry, I'm still. Hasina, go ahead. Number 3.
The smaller box have to go on top of the bigger box.
Notice that box has ES on the end.
Boxes.
Yeah. So read it one more time.
The smaller boxes have to go on top of the bigger boxes.
What does that mean?
C.
C. I think
A.
I will accept either answers, A or C. No, not C, but
B.
B, to give advice.
Yeah.
I think that's a better answer. And Nitu, next one, number 4.
Everyone has to pay taxes. Everyone has to pay taxes.
Very good.
Necessary.
No, necessary.
Necessary. Necessary. And let's go over here and Aisha. Okay, next one. Number 5.
You might get advice if you work hard.
One more time. Okay, read it again for me.
You might get advice if you work hard.
Okay. Okay.
A. That's something will happen.
I can see how you pick A or B because it's telling somebody there's a chance you'll get a raise. But it's also telling this person, work hard. So it's a little bit unclear, but
It's number C.
there's no correct answer on this. Some are better than others. So A is a good answer. The word raise. Raise. What is a raise?
More money.
Up with what? In this case,
More money.
more money for your job. If you have a job and you get an increase in your pay, it's called a raise.
Raise.
I want a raise, more money for my job. But also remember the word raise. I'm going to raise my hand. Notice it's going up. So both uses, the idea of going up is there. One is money and one is hand.
It's correct answer.
Pardon?
Correct answer.
You might get a raise. What do you think? A is probably the best answer.
You make maybe.
You'll maybe get a raise.
Yeah.
Okay. Number Shola, number 6.
You are going to want to give
In trouble. I hear a C. What do you think?
C.
C. It's also
D.
It's also D. It's necessary. Ought to. It didn't say you have to. It said ought to. So I can see where there would be a discussion about that. So let's go down, but at least we understand what the meaning is. You ought to arrive on time. It's giving advice also. You ought to get here on time. It's number, Yasmin, number 7.
You have to wear shoes individually.
Very good.
C.
Okay.
D.
I hear a B. I hear a C. I hear a D. I hear a B. Do I hear a D?
Yes. You have to.
The key here is the word have to.
Yeah.
When you see the word have to,
This is raw.
that's the rule.
Yeah.
It's necessary.
Yes.
That is kind of a key. Are you sure number 8?
When money short. How to clean.
Aisha? Number 8.
The manager out to pay me $14 an hour is in my contract.
Very good.
D.
B.
No, this. D.
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 D. Is it necessary?
No, it's A.
Yeah. Is
You
that
have something to happen.
A.
What does that mean? The manager ought to pay me $14 an hour. It's in my contract. What does that mean?
Chance something will happen.
It's a chance. He ought to. Is he going to do it? It's in my contract, but maybe he's going to do it, maybe not. He ought to.
A.
Well, the problem with B is that
She doesn't like.
he's not telling his boss. He's talking to somebody else about the management. So I think A is probably the best answer. There's a chance. What is a contract? It's says, it's in my contract.
Yeah, someone he working to sign a contract.
Idea between
It's an arrangement, a written arrangement. You do this, I do this. Okay. Document a contract. Okay, Zainab, number 9.
They need to open another office down the street.
One more time. Read again.
They need to open another office down the street.
Might.
Might.
They might.
Might.
Now read again.
Might.
Say the whole thing again.
They might open another office down the street.
Very good. What's that mean?
Hey,
A. Maybe. They maybe open an office down the street. Zainab, open. Say open.
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 Open. Open.
Gotta work on it. Pop. Open.
Open.
Yeah. So that's you. P sound does not sound like a B. Open. Okay, number 10. What does that mean? You ought to ask.
See.
Advice.
Yeah,
She's
see.
telling her, you ought to ask for it. You ought to ask for it. You ought.
See.
What is a bonus? Bonus.
more money.
Something extra. A bonus is an extra payment, something that is given. And let's go down here to part B, and notice it says circle the better choice. So you notice in parentheses on the example, we have to decide have to or could. No, I'm off here. Abida? Sema. Which one is Abida? Abida and Sema. Okay. Go ahead. Sema. Number, say, example.
It's good to have disability insurance. You have to be equal tax it.
One more time.
Good.
Read the whole thing. Example again.
It's good to have disability insurance.
Insurance.
Insurance equal tax it.
Get sick. Possibility. Maybe. Perhaps. What is disability insurance? We did that yesterday.
Nobody work.
Unknown caller.
No one looked. Well, what is a disability?
His leg is hard.
I can't
You can't work.
work. I
Yeah.
hurt myself.
Yeah.
So disability means not able for some reason. Disability. Disability insurance is insurance for someone who can't work because they hurt themselves. Okay. Let's go down here to number 1. Okay, we start up here. Do number 1.
Example,
Number 1. Just do.
if you want my advice, you how to take the new job.
Giving advice. I think that's a good choice.
Help me.
You ought to take the new job. It's a stronger word than might. Number 2, Mohammed.
All full-time employees have to work at last
Yeah.
No, good.
Read the whole thing again, Mohammed.
All full-time employees could work last 35 hours a week.
At least. You see the word at least? What does that mean? It means nothing below that. So at least 35 means not 34, not 33. 35 is okay. 36 okay. 100 okay. But nothing below 35. So is it going to be could or have to?
Good.
Have to.
Have to. Yes. Necessary. There are rules about what is a full-time employee. So if someone does not work a certain number of hours, they are not considered a full-time employee. Said, next one, number 3.
I'm not sure, but I might get a rice mix of burger.
Might, best answer. Okay. Number 4.
If you want to, you would ask for that out.
If you want to. So that's kind of telling you not necessary if you want to. So could is the best answer. Okay. Number 5, we'll go back here by Maria.
All part-time employees have to work less than 20 hours a week.
Well, I could see either one, but I think have to. Yeah, because that's a rule about part-time employees. Jake, number 6.
You might be necessary to the boss if you want a rise.
No.
Ought to is probably a better choice. What does that mean, be nicer to your boss? Nice to your boss. What does that mean? How do you be nice to your boss?
Respect, smile.
Giving respect. Okay. Okay, next one? Yeah.
You have to get a rise if you are nicer to her.
One more time.
You have to get a rise if you are nicer to her.
What do you think? Have to get a raise?
Yeah.
What?
You make.
Might.
You might.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Be nice, maybe you get a raise. Might.
Maybe it's more or
Number 8, Sirhan.
The US government has to give everyone free health insurance. It has to.
What do you think?
How to?
This has to.
Ought to. They don't. They ought to, but they don't.
He said, I think.
6.
Light. Light. Right.
Right.
I-G-H-T, height. You will often see this word in many companies.
Light.
You will see
Light. Right.
there's a drugstore pharmacy called Rite Aid. Rite Aid. You seen that?
Right there.
Rite Aid pharmacy. This one, light, meaning not heavy. You will see that in use
Simple.
instead of this. You will see those. This one, different term, might, means a small amount, might. Okay, let's move on to some reading on page 34. Endangered animals. I'm going to give you a few minutes to look at this on your own, and then we're going to read this together. start over here. We're going to read this together. And let's go up here and this is an article, informational article, and if you'll notice on these lessons, you'll notice over on the left-hand side, there are certain words that come up, and it gives the definition of those words. So, in danger, what does that mean?
Dangerous.
Not dangerous, but look over here. It says the definition of in danger means at risk. So it means something could happen that's dangerous. So, for example, in danger means something bad could happen. Yeah, could happen. So, if I said someone in a burning building, they are in danger of burning. They are at risk of burning. So the word do we know the word danger? What does danger mean? Do we know danger? We know what is dangerous? Dangerous is an adjective. It explains something. A dangerous road, bad road. You are in danger if you drive on a dangerous road. Something bad could happen. Danger. The next one is endangered. So it's using the same word danger, but it's adding to it. At risk of extinction. Endangered. It means that's in our title, endangered animals. It means animals that very close to not being anymore at all, endangered. Those of you that were here when we talked about some animals in the USA and in the world that are no longer living, they are gone. But there are some animals that there are still a few of them, but they're endangered. There is an animal, I just heard about this on the weekend. In Africa, there's an animal called the white rhinoceros. Do we know rhinoceros?
Yes.
Rhinoceros is a big animal with a huge tusk horn in the front.
Elephant.
Not an elephant. It's often called a rhino.
Right.
They're not as big as an elephant, and they're rhinoceros. One type of rhinoceros is the white rhinoceros.
When you're out,
There's two left. Two in the world that we know of. So they are endangered. The next word over there is extinct. Extinct. No longer in existence. Existence means something is. Extinct means none left. So, for example, the dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus rex, gone, extinct. The next one, pollute. We discussed that in here quite a bit. What does that mean? It says here to make something dirty, but we use pollute in a different way. It means if I go outside and I go in my garden, I get dirt on my hands, and I come in and I drop some dirt on the ground. Or on my floor. It means I got my floor dirty, but it doesn't mean pollute. But Pollute means something that's worse than just dirt. It means something that spoils it. For example,
Smoke dust.
yes, if you work in a factory or a shop and there's lots of smoke, that's pollution. It pollutes the air. If I was to take the water bottle in this room and burn it, the smoke from that bottle would pollute the air. So it's not just dirty. So that's a big thing in our culture today about stopping factories and people from polluting. Next one is species, a type of an animal. So species. Species, yeah. And the last one there, raise awareness, to make people aware of things. Information, letting people know, raise awareness. Let's start here. This is a good example to start with. We talked about this yesterday. There are. Notice this comes up a lot. The use of the word there to start a sentence. It doesn't mean over there. It just means something is. So, Amira, do you want to help us and start off reading?
Okay. I hear all over one.
Wait. Say again.
I
Wait.
hear.
Start.
I hear. I hear all.
There are. That big T goes with the A.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There are over 1 million different kinds of animals on Earth. Scientists are still finding new kinds of insects and fish. However, some kinds of animals are in danger of
dying out.
These animals are called endangered.
Called endangered. Okay, stop. So this word, kinds. The other word in here, what's this one?
Insects.
What are insects? He's showing me with his hands. Like ants, bugs, cockroaches. We just heard a story about Paris, France. Do we know Paris, France? The big city in France. Paris. They have a problem. Bed bugs. Do you know bed bugs?
Yes.
What is a bed bug? It's about that big, and they like to hide in places where people are going to sleep, which is a bed. And they hide in the bed waiting for someone to fall asleep. And then what? What do? They bite you, yes, and take some of your blood. Then after,
Yeah. This is in Africa.
they're hard to kill.
It's like mosquito.
They're like what?
Mosquito, like mosquito.
Mosquito?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's different.
No, mosquito. Mosquito? Bang, I can get it. Okay, but they, yes, like a mosquito, they take blood also. Yeah. But this one here, he hides. They hide. Bed bugs hide. There's another word in here. Extinct. Yeah. Saima, is that right? No. I have to. What it? Asina. Wait, I have to look here. Oh, yeah, Hasina. Hasina. Good. Hasina, you go. Your turn.
There are over
Dinosaur.
I believe dinosaurs are believed to have become extinct because of change to the world climate.
Keep going.
Climate change is happening again today, but this is not the main reason of animals.
For animals.
For animals becoming educated.
Endangered.
In danger. The main reason is that humans are changing. Humans are changing or destroying the place where
Places.
animals live.
Places where
Animals live.
Okay, me too. Next one.
The world's population is growing rapidly. All these people need food, clothing, and housing. We are cutting down trees to build
Houses.
houses. Then we use the land to grow food. Farms and cities replace forests and jungles. The animals that used to live in the forests and jungles have now
Nowhere.
nowhere to live and no food to eat.
So that's this article. We have done a lot of discussion about this in this class for those of you that are just coming in. What is a jungle? What is a jungle?
Wild
It's a wild forest. When we usually talk about a forest, it's talking about mostly trees. So areas with trees, lots of trees, is called a forest. But a jungle means that there are trees and other plants that's just filled in, so you can hardly walk through it. Jungle. Okay, back up here, where we built, yeah, next one, over here.
We build factories, dams, and mines. We need oil for cars and planes, and coal to make steel. All these help destroy or polluted the areas where animals live.
You notice there's no D on that. Pollute, solid pollute.
Pollute the areas where animals live.
What is a factory? What is a factory? Pardon? It's like industry. They make, a factory is a place where things are made. What is a mine? A mine. That, but it says here, factories, you know what that is. Dams, what is a dam?
Water blocking.
Blocking the water so that it makes a lake or pond, a body of water. And then a mine. Mine. And this is plural here, more than one. One mine, two mines. Any idea? And that's mined. Mined. What?
Gold.
Gold. Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yes. Underground. Copper. Iron. But the big one that causes us the most problems is coal. Do you know coal?
Yes.
What is coal? Anyone?
They use before oil.
Yes,
Right.
it's still used.
Yes.
In the earth, when plants and living things died and rotted, it's made from carbon. And it sits there for a long time. We know that we have petroleum oil. It's liquid. You can pour it. But the hard stuff is called coal. And is there a word for it?
Charcoal.
Charcoal is different. This is coal. It's like rock. It's black or brown, dark brown or black, and it's very dirty. So it's like the black
Like this one.
inside your pencil.
Yeah.
It's not, this is not coal, but it's dark like that. And it burns. And that's what we use here in Michigan to get electricity. They burn coal and use the energy from the burning coal to produce light. And it's dirty. It makes smoke, it's nasty, dirty, it pollutes, and the world is trying to get off coal, to burn coal, and using natural gas or electricity because it pollutes so badly. So a mine is a place underground. So notice a mine. It's a noun. It's a verb. Not a verb. Where people, okay? Shalom, people. Wait.
People have.
You got ahead of it? People have always. Animals. Wait, slow down. Comes from. Animals. Elephants. Tusks. take a look here. Tusks. What is a tusk?
Challenge.
This is a thing, a tusk, on an elephant. Elephants are hunted for their tusks. The horn on an elephant is called a tusk. You know an elephant?
Yeah.
It's got these two big things here.
Animals, big.
It's an elephant. Do we all know an elephant? They have these horns on the front called a tusk. Why would someone kill an elephant for the tusk?
It's,
Because it's expensive.
it's very expensive.
Yes.
People
What
in
did-
East Asia use this.
What is it used for? Why do people like
Medical.
them?
Oh, no.
Jewelry,
Oh,
piano keys. You know pianos?
Yeah.
They used to call them ivories. Ivory is another name for a tusk on an elephant. There are some other animals that live that have tusks, but elephants are the big one because they're so big. It is illegal, not legal, to kill elephants, period. It is also illegal to have a tusk. So if you came into school right now carrying a tusk, you could go to jail. If someone gave you a tusk and said, "Here, would you like an elephant tusk?" Say, "No thanks," okay, because it's not legal. So there are people in the world that go out and, even though it's against the law, they kill the animal to take this tusk. So elephants are endangered. Yasmin, take it from there. Wait, hold on. Hold on, start with other animals. Like tigers, you see it?
Other animals like tigers are hunted because people think they are stick others are hunted because they
Okay, crops on farms. What are crops on farms? What do we think? What, Sirhan?
Food.
Yes, what is
Rice.
grown? The crops that are grown are the plants that are grown.
Something like rice.
Rice, corn, wheat, tomatoes, crops. Are tigers dangerous? Yes? Are tigers dangerous? Hi, tiger, nice tiger. They are dangerous. So why don't we kill all of them?
Hunted because
Should we kill all the tigers?
No.
No. No. But they're dangerous. So what should be done? What do we do? Put them in a cage like in the zoo? No, we do that. But they should have a place where they can live. Leave them alone in this place. And don't build a hotel in a restaurant and houses next to where the tigers should live. Yeah. Where are we? I've lost my place. Pollution. Okay, next one. Pollution.
Pollution caused by humans also kills animals. Farmers use
Chemicals.
that pollute the land and rivers. They eventually reach the ocean where they guilty, factories polluted the earth. This kills animals and helps to create climate change.
Very good. Next one, Zana.
Fortunately, there is also good news. Most people are now aware of the effects of destroying places where wood animals live. Governments are working out ways to slow down the
Destruction. Notice the word destruction. Notice in front of the word destruction is a DE. We talked about that? Okay. Remember we talked about DE is a prefix. It means the negative. We have construction, making a house. Then we have destruction. Tear it down. Destruction. Next, yeah, wildlife. Species. Existed. So just information, there's nice two little tigers there living peacefully somewhere. No one's bothering them. Let's take a look here on the back side. And these pictures don't show up very well. But the first word there is crop. Notice that? A, B, or C? C. C. So rice. Next one? Dam. B. Dam. B. And the last part? A. The dinosaur. So go down here and I'll give you a few minutes to do reading comprehension and the summary using the words in the blank. If you have time to finish that. This is reading comprehension means it's from the story. Look into the story and it will be there. this and we can help each other to finish this up. Number one, I hope I'm getting the name right. Saima? Saima? Number one.
There are a million different kinds of animals on Earth.
So which one did you choose?
B.
A, B, A million.
Many.
Well,
B.
okay, now let's take a look at what the story says. Now, you have to remember that I did not make up these questions, but I'm going to go by what we need to understand from reading material. In this story, it talks about the number. It says the first line in our story, there are over 1 million. There are over 1 million. What does that mean?
Many
Over a million means what?
More than.
A.
More
More
than.
than one.
How much more than?
more than one.
I don't know that from the story. It could be 1,000,001. So if we look here, there are over 1 million kinds. So then we look at the question here. What does C say?
Almost.
C.
At least.
I am.
What does that mean? At least a
Minimum.
million.
Minimum million.
A minimum.
Minimum.
Yes. At least a million.
C.
So
C.
based on most of the time when they give you this at least, it means in this story there are many millions in truth, but we're trying to use the language that they gave. So C is the best answer. C is the best answer. You're working back there. Isala, next one, number 2.
Why did dinosaurs
Dinosaurs.
become extinct?
Because of climate
Because of climate change.
Because of climate change. Yep.
B.
And number 3, Mohammed.
Why don't hunt?
Wait.
We don't hunt animals for food now because
Hey.
animals are
What is ground? Make our
Well, what do we think? Should we make up an answer? The one we like best, or should we look in the story? Let's look in the story.
What is ground?
hunted animals for food most
People always hunt the dinosaurs.
People have always hunted animals for food. Do people still hunt for food?
No.
Never? Nowhere?
Most of
They
our
do.
food comes from farms now.
Most of our food now comes from farms.
Yeah. C.
ground seed.
Food is grown on farms. Can you hunt for food? Yes, people here in the United States, in Michigan, they go hunting with a gun, they go hunting with a bow and arrow, they also go fishing. Do we know fishing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blind hunting for food. Yeah. But most of our food is grown on farms. Okay, next one, number 4, say.
If you destroy something you
Damage it that destroy something. It means to hurt pretty bad. go down here and see if we can fill in the blanks with the correct word in our summary. Okay. Shitangshu, start us off.
Yes. What time? What time?
Four.
No, I can't want one.
What word?
Eight.
Yeah.
Well, what word goes in one? The grammar of endangered of animals doesn't work. You can't use that one. What else could we use?
Increased.
Hey.
Which word from above?
A large number of
Hey. I answered eight.
A large number of the
Increase of animals.
in the story they use the word kinds of animals.
types.
Types.
Kinds.
Yeah, types.
Types.
Yeah, types.
Yes. You see the word types?
Yeah, the last one.
Types and kinds are very close in meaning. Okay, next one, go ahead. Time go. This has happened. Increase. So number 2, increased population. Number 3, Maria. People are wait, slowly again.
People are taking overall polluting.
Or polluting. Polluting. Polluting.
Polluting.
Places. Keep going.
They also hunt animals. However, government would like parts to other organizations are trying to save endangered animals.
What animals?
Increase.
Endangered.
Number 5. What kind of animals? I hear it, somebody saying it. Endangered animals.
Yes.
Animals at risk that they're all going to be killed off. You know, the story they put in there about the tiger, but here in Michigan, we have an animal that some people want to kill in the wild. It's called a wolf. Do you know what a wolf is? What is it? Wolf. Wolf. What is a wolf? What does it look like? Yes, all dogs throughout the world. All the dogs you have, these little puppy dogs, they all are related to the wolf. And wolves are very smart. They communicate with each other. They have a boss. They have organization. And they hunt animals in the wild. Deer, rabbits, and they live in the wild. But farmers don't like them. Farmers don't like them because they kill cows and their animals. food for them. So they want to kill them. So at one time, the wolves here in Michigan were very close to being killed off. So the story about the tigers, you see that it affects other places as well. Be careful on the road. Hopefully, I was a little tired today. I'll get up to speed tomorrow and have a good day. Come back. And you're all going to sit in a different seat and make me have to figure out who you are. I'm doing pretty good. See you tomorrow. Practicing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Woodward is very slippery. Very slow. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.